Hi George, just a quick recap video on what we did last couple of weeks on integration, it's called. Yeah, so what I got you to do initially was to figure out what different areas you get. So I've got on the right hand side all the areas that you get, and on the left hand side all the integrations. So when you integrate 5dx, what do you get? So just pause the video and write down what it is, what you think it is. So I haven't paused that. Okay, hopefully you've unpaused it and got 5x plus c, 5x plus c. Okay. Now the 5x, what does that represent? Well, it represents the width, 5, that's the distance there from 0 to 5, the height, sorry, 5, and the width is x, so it gives you the area of a rectangle. So x, whatever x value takes, that is, so x could be anything. So this is a general form of it. What I got you to do initially was to use numbers, so I was getting you to do sort of 0 to 2 and figuring out that the area was 10, because that's 2, that's 5, so the area will be 10. Oh, that's bad scale, so let's say 2 and 5, that's the area is 10. Or 5 and 5 would be a square. So it still goes back to the very first question I ever asked you, is what shape do you get when you multiply two numbers together? You're going to get a rectangle or a square. And this is true for advanced mathematics as well, that's why I asked you the question. So when you integrate, you get under a straight line which is horizontal, we're going to get the area of a square or a rectangle. And the height of that rectangle is given by that. The dx part is just going to be the length of that rectangle. When you have numbers on the integral itself, that tells you what those lengths are. Then I got you to do it for x, and you discovered when you did that, when you did all the pattern and figured it out from the numbers, trying to figure out what the relationship was, you figured out that it was, well, what was it? What would it give you? So again, pause the video and write down what you think it is. Okay, hopefully you've unpaused and put x squared over 2. So that's what we found, wasn't it? Remember, all those things have always seemed to be the number squared divided by 2 at the end of it. So in general, that is the answer, x squared over 2 plus c. And x squared over 2 plus c is the area of a triangle, because when x is the width and x is also the height, and you might think, oh, why is x the height? Well, this equation here is y equals x, so y is the height, but if y is x, then x is also the height. So it's both the height and the width. And the area of that triangle is just going to be x times x squared, so x squared, and then halved, so x squared over 2. Finally, I got you to then do the same pattern with x squared, and you've looked at the different values and what it gave you, and you figured out from that it tends to become cubed every time, divided by 3. The answer is always something cubed divided by 3, depending on the numbers. So you did a few where it was like 0 and then 2, and you noticed, oh, it's always 2 cubed divided by 3, 8 over 3. If it was 0, 3, it would be 3 cubed divided by 3, and you notice the pattern. And that is to find the area under something curvy. So this is the beautiful thing about integration, it tells us the area underneath the curve. So even though that curve is changing all the time, and the area is curvy, it makes it very difficult to find the area of something that's curvy. Integration allows us to do that. And that will give us the area underneath this curve, this quadratic here. Will tell us the area underneath there, depending on our value of x. So this is again a general form of it. So that was great that you figured all that out yourself, all A-level stuff. So what I've got for you to work for and practice on for next time is, when it works, there we go, this integral to do. So I put some numbers in now just to give a value. So integrate 5 with respect to x and see what you get, and then put the numbers in. And do the same for x squared, you know the pattern now, what to do about it, and put the numbers in. Now, I haven't taught you what to do in a quick way without doing this, so what you have to do initially is figure it out from 0 to 1 and 0 to 3 and take them away. But see if you can figure out a quicker way than that. It's not much quicker, but just half the work than doing 0 to 3 and 0 to 1 every time. And tell me what you get next weekend, okay? I'll speak to you then. Oh, before you go, yeah. Once you've got all that done, then check it on the calculator to make sure it's right. So if you haven't got it right, check on the calculator. Check it on the calculator if it's right or wrong. If it's wrong, try and figure out why it might be. Okay, I'm sure you can figure it out. Alright, speak to you next week.